I'm an ER nurse, and after last night, I have proof that evil exists. It started like any other night shift at Riverside General. Blood. Screams. The hum of monitors. People come in broken all the time. Drunk, bleeding, babbling nonsense. You learn to shut it out. To focus on the wound, not the story. But Emma. Emma was different. She stumbled through the ER doors at 3:17 a.m., wearing a green military jacket, its lining shredded like she'd clawed at it with her bare hands. 3 fractured ribs, deep gouges on her arms. And yet, she wouldn't let us take it off. It clung to her like skin, like it was part of her. I've been a nurse for 14 years. I've held dying men as they begged for their mothers. I've seen addicts rip IVs from their veins and scream in languages that don't exist. But nothing prepared me for what Emma said next. Blood bubbled between her teeth, and in a voice that wasn't hers, deep, gravelly, ancient, she whispered, "James, Perry wants to know if Kathy's okay. Tell me she's okay." My blood turned to ice, because I knew that voice, not from Emma, but from a night I've tried to forget for over a year. It was 3:15 a.m. on a cold November morning. The ER doors burst open. A family of 4, dragged in on stretchers, soaked in blood. Gunshot wounds. All of them. 2 were already gone. An elderly man, self-inflicted, point-blank to the temple. And his daughter, Kathy, Perry's wife. Perry was still breathing. Barely. As we fought to stop the bleeding, he grabbed my wrist with a grip that shouldn't have been possible. His eyes, wide, desperate, locked onto mine. "Is Kathy okay? Tell me she's okay." I lied. I told him she was stable, that she'd pull through. 30 seconds later, he died. And I carried that lie like a stone in my chest ever since. No one else heard him. Just me. Just James. So when Emma, a stranger, used my name and asked that exact question, I felt the ground drop beneath me. How? How could she know? How could she sound like him? We sedated her, restrained her. I went to the waiting room to find her boyfriend, Ryan. All he asked, calmly, eerily, was, "Is the jacket off?" I told him yes. We'd sealed it in a hazardous waste bag, standard protocol for blood-soaked clothing. But when I returned to Emma's room, the jacket was there, on the chair, sleeve dangling, brushing my arm as I stepped closer. Sticky with dried blood. No staff would have put it back. It made no sense. And then, Emma's eyes snapped open, not sleepy, not drugged, knowing. "Tell me what happened to Kathy, James," she rasped. Greater than, "How do you know about that?" I whispered. Her eyes closed. She fell asleep like nothing happened. I asked every nurse, every orderly, "Who put the jacket back in room 312? Blank stares, confused frowns. One colleague even asked, "Are you feeling all right, James?" I wasn't. I'm still not. I went back to the room. The jacket was gone. I raced to storage. And there it was, back in the sealed biohazard bag. I hadn't touched it. No one had. That's when I knew. This wasn't trauma. This wasn't coincidence. This was something else. I was sent home, told to rest, but I couldn't sleep. All I could think about was Perry, Kathy, and that jacket. If Emma knew what only Perry and I knew, did that mean death wasn't the end? That the people we lose linger? The thought consumed me. So I did something reckless. I went to the house, the one where Perry's father murdered his entire family. It had stood empty for over a year. Windows boarded, grass overgrown. I smashed a back window with my flashlight. Stepped inside. The moment I crossed the threshold, the air changed, thick, heavy, like the walls were holding their breath. I climbed the stairs, and then I smelled it, metallic, coppery, blood. Below me, Perry stumbled into the foyer, bleeding, pale, eyes wide with terror. Then, bang! Gunshots echoed through the hall. He vanished. I ran, ducked into a bedroom. sat in the dark, heart hammering. Then, the closet door creaked open, slowly, gently. Inside, children's clothes, and a soft voice, greater than hey. Come here. A small, pale arm reached out, waved me closer. Greater than, we need to hide, it whispered. Grandpa's acting weird. Every instinct screamed, run! But I needed answers, so I crawled into the closet. The boy wasn't there. I called out, nothing. Then I turned on my phone light, and he appeared, right in front of me, covering the light with his tiny hand. Greater than no, he hissed. His eyes, huge, scared, stared into mine. When's my mom coming back? She said we'd leave after dinner. I asked, do you know a woman named Hannah? His expression shifted. Fear faded. Recognition bloomed. Before he could speak. Thud, thud, thud. Footsteps, heavy, angry. The bedroom door slammed open. Greater than Joshua? An old man's voice, rifle cocking. I watched through the clothes as he stepped closer. Closer. Right in front of the closet. He dropped his dentures. His hands, covered in sores, picked them up, popped them in. And then, clear as day, greater than close your eyes. I turned to the boy. He was gone. The hanging clothes slid aside on their own. The old man stood there, rifle aimed at my face. And he was wearing the green jacket. Bang. I felt heat tear across my cheek. Screamed. When I opened my eyes, the room was empty. Silent. But my cheek was bleeding. Real blood. Real pain. This wasn't a dream. This was proof. The dead don't stay dead. And that jacket, it's a doorway. I drove straight back to the ER, ran to storage. The bag was empty. I burst into Emma's room. She was asleep, no jacket in sight. Then her eyes opened, innocent, confused. Greater than, where am I? For a moment, I thought it was over. Then, all the lights went out. Darkness, panic in the halls, and then, the smell of cigar smoke. Thick, choking. A red ember glowed in the blackness. The old man's face, hovering where Emma had been. Lights returned. Emma sat up. Her eyes, cold, ancient. Ryan has it, she said in that gruff voice. Greater than, I can help you talk to Hannah again. Hannah, my wife. Gone 5 years this spring. I didn't speak. I couldn't, because part of me wanted to say yes. Now I'm sitting in my car. ER parking lot. Engine off, hands shaking. Do I go inside and let her out? Do I find Ryan? Do I burn that damn jacket? I don't know. But if you're reading this, and I never post again, tell the police. James, the ER nurse from Riverside General, is probably dead. Or worse, because some doors should never be opened. If this story made your skin crawl, please do me a favor. Smash that like button. It tells YouTube this kind of horror matters. Subscribe and hit the bell. Because next story, it happened in a hospital just like yours. And if you dare, comment below. I saw the jacket last night. Because trust me, it's still out there.